Good day, folks. I just want to say something about the recent happenings in Nigeria. It's so unfortunate that despite all the warnings given to the ruling elites, those in the political class, the immune, those in the military, those occupying the security positions in the country, about the need to really treat people right, honor people's human rights, and let them have it. They block their ears, they close their eyes, they shut their mouths. Now, those things we've been clamoring for years, for months, for days, that are coming to pass. I remember this respectable young father, is it Father Hussein or something, actually says something about the revenge of the poor, revenge of the masses. He was visionary, he was prophetic. The man is anointed. The things he's been warning about is all coming to pass. The things I've been warning in the last 7, 8, 10 years, 12, 15 years, they're all coming to pass. I say a day will come where there will be no place to hide. They may run, but they cannot hide. For the political class, for the corrupt pedophiles, immune murderers, for the extremely corrupt, barbaric, imbecilic, and atrocious politicians quartered, in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, Kaduna, Enugu, Port Harcourt, Edo, Rivers, all these places. I say a day will come where there will be no place for you to hide. Nigeria is a simmering volcano ready to explode. God bless Ghana Fawemi for this quote. The man dies in awe who keeps silent in the face of tyranny. One of my mentors, Wole Soyinka, said this, and I respect him until tomorrow. And I said, any idea not open to debate is not worthy to lead. You continue suppressing the youths. You continue suppressing them. They graduate from schools, no job. You assassinate them. You barbecue them. You kill them in the name of Islam and Christianity. You murder them. You see African youths, especially Nigerians, as nobodies. You see them as inferior. You call them lazy. You continue accusing them. You suppress them. Out here in the Western world, when you graduate, you don't have job. You're paid. You get little stipend. You get housing. You get food. Your medical bills are taken care of. You get little money to continue, continue going. But out there, you leave them on their own. The money from petroleum, you stole it. The money from internal generated revenue, you keep it. You look at the police. In my last book, I was saying something. You just get a full-fledged man. You put him in the sun with tight uniform under the scorching sun, and you give him a gun, and you don't pay them, a good salary. Even the little one you agree to pay, you starve them, and you command them to be sane. It's madness. The police that have been, talked about today, I see them as victims as well. They're victims of the victims of higher victims, the Navy, the Air Force, the Army. You allow them to go and face terrorists with ill equipment. You allow them to go there malnourished. It pains me seeing Nigerian soldiers crying at the battlefront. The terrorists have sophisticated weapons. Yeah, you give them check up. You don't give them ray guns. They're always surrounded. And the worst disservice you do to the Nigerian humanity is to allow the terrorists to infiltrate the army and the police. And you made them commanders. And you have governors in Nigeria that are sponsoring this terrorism. They make so much money, they supply them. The arms that are used to fight terrorists, you now supply it to the terrorists. And they need to kill the masses. Look at little girls, 13, 14, 15 years. You strap, grenades at their bodies, bombs, and you push them, it asks them to go and kill themselves. What do they know about politics? What do they don't know about religion? What do they know about your conflict? These are the innocent. These are called abuse of the innocent. When will this madness end? There's something wrong, I think. I'm beginning to accept that concept, that notion. There's something wrong with the mindset of the black man. especially those from Nigerian extraction. There's something wrong with the way black man process information. I've been to House of Commons in UK here. I've been to the Parliament. I've been to Swedish National Television. I've gone to university to give lectures. I've talked to thousands. I've gone to the various symposium, different things. They use some of the mental calculations or our beliefs, our preferences. The world has come to accept it, and they're using to teach universities over here. Books written by yours sincerely. But where we are coming from, they don't accept us for who we are. Your talent is tribalized. You're either Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Ibibio, Efik. Ijo. They don't want to accept you for who you are. They don't want to accept your humanity. They breed tribalism, before talent. You're judged by your tribe. Madness. Africans are self-predatory. We eat ourselves. Religion has done so much disservice to us. Yes, Islam is madness. Christianity is madness. All these things help to destroy our African dignity. But then, they're supposed actually to be there for our mental progression. They're supposed to be there for our upliftment. Look at what people are doing in the name of Islam. Killing people, roasting people, barbecuing people. And I'm ashamed of the Nigerian army. There was a video I watched recently. I'm asking myself, is this a civilized army? What type of torture is this? That you tie a man at the back, you tie him, and you put him before fire. You're barbecuing him. You're roasting him alive. And you want Nigerian army to get respect in the international community. Yet they send you to peacekeeping operations in various countries. Is that what they taught you in the military school? Nigerian military school, Zaria, is this what you're teaching people? Nigerian police school, is this what you're teaching people? The MOPO training, is this what you're teaching people? The DSS, the SS, is that what they're teaching people? Torture, killing, dehumanization. How long will you torture the youths? The worst thing you can do to any human being is to push that person to a level where the person feels that he has nothing to lose. And right now, Nigerian youths, the masses feel that they have nothing to lose. The corrupt politicians, the myopic and barbaric military, Air Force and Navy, you push the masses to the war that they feel that they have nothing to lose. And the worst person, or the most dangerous person you can fight with, is a man or a woman, or an entity or a cabal that they feel they have nothing to lose. You push us to the cliff. We are about to jump off. And we want to jump off with two people so that everybody can go down. I've been saying this for the last 20 years. Since the year 2000. I've been saying this. I went to different world bodies, symposium, different training, orientation and background, different TV media, YouTube. I've been saying it. Treat the masses well. Treat the youths well. Look after the youngsters. Look after your girls. Moderate religious terrorism. Let there be transparency. Curb this corruption. Spread the common goodness, the common wealth. Let it reach every man and woman. They block their ears. Now, even the cage, the mansions they built and they put all the tiger and the lion and the security there, they cannot be protected because the youths are coming after them. Thank God for coronavirus. Before they could have taken their private, they fly out. There's nowhere to fly out now. It's terrible. It's terrible. What a country. What a country. Sweden is less than 12, 15 million, right? Some of the European countries are just few millions, and they're well organized. Social safety, social benefit, electricity is there, water is there, good road there. You sleep, you close your eye, nobody disturb your life. Some parts of this Western world, you leave your doors and the windows open for a year, 2-3 years. Nobody comes to attack you. You walk free in the midnight without watching your, without looking at your back. Somebody going to shoot or kill you. But can that be said even of a governor in Nigeria? They surround themselves with all the security, all the bulletproof cars, yet they don't have peace. The Bible says no peace for the wicked. And the soul that sinners shall die. You've murdered sleep. How can you sleep again? In Nigeria, justice is for sale. It goes to the highest bidder. Look, I was watching Edo State yesterday. Somebody came out from the prison break. How can you just detain and get a man, innocent man, frame him up and put him in detention? 6 years, no trial, no medical service, malnourished, skeletal, human being. We are born sick and ask to be well, ironically. Even if I thought you're going to break Nigeria or divide Nigeria, please remove that word N. Let there be no N. Let there be no I. Let there be no G. Let there be no E. Let there be no R. Let there be no I. Let there be no nigger in any country again. Or else we choose to be nationless. Some of us are children of the world. We belong to the world. God is our father. The earth is our mother. Yes. The world is our oyster. We are globalists. The kind of madness, lowness, insanity, barbarism, wickedness I found in Nigeria is incomparable. I die by proxy. I see what they're doing to people. I see torture. I feel my people's pain. I feel my people's agony. I feel their insomnia. I feel their sleeplessness. I feel their torture. But when will this end? The prophets are warned. The psychologists have won. The socialists have won. The capitalists have won. The economists have won. Yet, the political analysts have won. The human rights activists have won. Yet, the politicians and the leaders choose to block their ears. Why are you blaming the youths? Why are you blaming the protesters? Never in my life have I seen mobsters, organized mobsters, going to burn people's cars, going to burn houses, going to kill people, and they're escorted by the so-called police in uniform, in military uniform. The army and the police escort hoodlums to go and burn people's houses, to go and shoot, to go and kill, because of tribalism, because of patriotism, because of myopism. Why can't we speak? The man dies in awe that keeps silent in the face of tyranny. Look at our young girls. We are using them for rituals. Look at the lecturers in the universities. You don't pay them well. Look at the police, you don't pay. Look at the army, you don't pay. And land that is little money they collect on checkpoints. That's what they used to do to get themselves uniforms. And the people, you look at what's happening in Anambra State, the SARS, the one that recently disbanded. A home military police commander, hey, arresting innocent people, shooting them. And him and his cohorts are selling the parts, the organs, kidney, livers. Barbarism, myopism. Black man, you're on your own. Something is wrong with your mentality. Colonialism has come and gone. Yes, some of us are suffering as a result of the byproducts of colonialism, but there's something with the way you process information. Something is wrong with the mind of the black man. Yeah, they see us as genius. They use our books in universities here. Yes, but in the midst of all these praises and worships, with the white men or people that are reasonable, I realize that they're still my psychophants. And now look at some of us and say, are we exceptions to the rule? Is it not the same people with our mindset that is wreaking havoc in Nigeria, destroying people? They're stealing what they don't need. They steal millions of pounds, hundreds of billions of pounds, but they don't need them. They can't spend them in your lifetime. What does a man need? Even in the 50-bedroom mansion, you can only sleep in one at a time. You can only sleep on one bed. They are stealing what they don't need. These kleptomaniacs. Look at what they are doing, raping, organized rape. These nymphomaniacs in government uniform. They are raping our girls, sugar daddies, sugar mommies. Must a girl sleep with you before you can let them have their normal privilege? And look at what's happening in the military now. Fulanization of almost all the parastatals. The army, the navy, the air force, the custom, the immigration. They're all controlled by people from one tribe. So the other 299 tribes, they don't have any intelligent people to man them. And the religious leaders, Nigeria, you keep quiet. You general overseers, you keep quiet. You are only after tithe and offering. You only thus says the Lord. There is time to be prophetic and there's time to act. This is time to act now. Stand up and be counted. If you're for the welfare of the masses, don't keep quiet. Descend from your artificial glories. Come down. The masses are dying. No electricity, no good road. No decent water, simple water, the commonest thing. Children are using telephone lights to read, to prepare for examination. phone lights. They're using candles. 21st century. And you're paying your senators, some of them earn 30, 40,000 pounds, dollars every month. They have hardship allowance. They have furniture allowance, newspaper allowance. The real soldiers that's supposed to be getting the money, the real police that are doing the real work, standing in the sun, maintaining law and order, that's supposed to be getting the money, you're not paying them well. And you're paying the politicians. The greatest enemies you have in that country are the politicians. And these politicians are they are controlled by the northern oligarchy. That's why in my last video, I say end it, let everybody go. I repeat again, Yorubas have all it takes to be a world power. They have the sea, they have the human power, they have the resources, they have the educated professors that can organize their things. Igbos have them. Middle belt people have them. The Niger Delta have them. Divide it if it's not working. Our forefathers lived as slaves. Our fathers lived as slaves. First half of our lives is gone. We are living as slaves. And they want to include this enslavement. How long? Intelligent Nigerians are scattered. Few years ago, I was in Stockholm, Sweden, after presenting wonderful, things about international policy and the way I see the world and what we can do to make the world better. Everyone in that studio, live TV, everybody stood and clapped. They were asking for my autographs. Then they say, where does it come from? They say Nigeria. Immediately they say Nigeria. Was like, see white people. People that lie for me to sign autograph. To them, could any good thing come from Nigeria? Look at UK here. How many times have I been to the House of Commons, House of Lords? How many times have I sat with the MPs here on global peace, interparliamentary committees? How many times do I get invited to universities to talk? Over 100 videos on YouTube. Check them. Listen, you see the nuggets of knowledge. How we can really make the world a better place. The world is benefiting from our sociology, from our ecology, They would benefit from our mental blessings. But the real people that owns this talent, the native owners of these talents, chose to, torture and dehumanize their best minds, their best talents. And that's why some of us ran into exile, some of us flee to save. Just imagine me, 15 years in exile in UK. I wrote 14 best-selling books. Go to the airport to see my books. Look at people reading my books in the train. Go to Sweden, Germany, Denmark. Go to the national libraries in Sweden, other places. You see people use cards to borrow my work to read. I don't have PhD, but I see people doing child psychology, PhD, masters, law, different things. They're making reference from my works. Yet I'm a HND graduate from Oko, from Nigeria. Africa, value what you have. I have 2 prime ministers up in this country. I say, wait. They waited with all the secret. Let me sign autograph for you. I have 2 presidents, diplomats, ambassadors. Most of those contacts came because of what? What God put up here. Nigeria, value your brain, value your mindset, value the talents God has given to you. You can't control this elimination by substitution. You eliminate your best and you're substituting with your worst. Where is your residual value system? Who did this to you? Are you suffering under a curse? Are you under a spell? They're thinking about the worst things you have done. You're increasing the thing. Use are the hopes of tomorrow. Look at the Westerners here. It's from 23 years to 59 that are ruling them and they're having the best. To our own, we recycle, evil. After staying as a governor, they go to, to prevent, them from being judged, from being punished for the corruption they did during their tenure. Now, they go there, senators, House of Rep. They want to do that immunity. Recycling of evil and corrupt cabals. Chief of Defense Staff recently, as I stated in cold blood, if they can keep Chief of Defense Staff in cold blood and nothing happen, if they shoot people in there, nothing happen, where is the hope of the country? There is something we call value system. That is what Nigeria have lost. And the masses are now, these youths are revolting Because what we are taught, the morals we grew up with, has been polluted. That's why I say I support them. Who did this to you people? It's not about grabbing power. What are you doing with this power? Give other tribes in Nigeria a chance. And if it's not working, simple, separate, let people go. In my last walk, one be said, I said something about regionalism. UK here, there's devolution of power. Scotland is having semi-independence. In London, in England, having semi-independent. The West have semi-independent. You know, part of this northern island, they have semi-independence, you know. Then the military unites them. Let there be semi-autonomous independence. Let the Yoruba people, the Westerners, have their own state. Give it a name, Oduduwa. Let the Igbos have their Biafra. Let the Niger Deltas have their own. Let the Middle Belters have their own. Let the North have their own. Nigeria, 5 or 6 kind states can come. So they can now work with their mindset. Let us now have competition. Give Nigeria 10 years. Nigeria become a world power. They can use to go on nuclear, whatever, to get their energy, whatever. There are resources everywhere. The North are keeping their gold. Why monopolize, why monopolizing the oil in the Southeast? And the middle is terrible. It's terrible. And few Yoruba politicians conspires with the few, northern elites to put us in this bondage now. We know who they are and we know their names. And I met some of them. I met the CBN governor, Nigeria's CBN governor recently in London. I met some governors here recently. I met your president. I met your vice president. We discussed. I met members of Vision 2020. I don't want to be mentioning them severely. And I'm communicating with some of the top generals in your army there. But after all the advice, what are you doing with them? They say, come home, come home. It is easier to survive in Nigeria as a book than as a human rights activist. I love Nigeria. I miss the country. I love my people. I love Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Efik, Ibibio, Birom. I love you all. But please, give peace a chance. Reason as you believe. Don't let religion overshadow your mentality. Before being religious, you are human. Recognize your humanity. Recognize your dignity. Treat every man fairly. Respect your girl children. Give women their rights. A society's glory is measured by how it treats, the vulnerable and the weak and the sick among them. Look after, stop building hotels, build hospitals. Stop building mansions, build research centers. The money you're using to buy Rolls Royce and limousine and all those in private jet, you can invest them into, research labs. Let there be thousands of research labs. Build stadium, build sports center. Let the youth have a place to put their energy. Make it a national, just what you're doing in big brother Nigeria. Make it 36 states. Say every state that produce the best scientists. Give them this money, hundreds of thousands of pounds, 100 or even 1 million pounds to every state. You see the mentors of excellence, the wonders of mental excellence. So the Nigerians are thinking the biggest problem facing Nigeria that we've been deprived of the ability to reason, ability to think. We are too distracted. There's too much noise. Look at what, I feel proud going at the airport, flying in aeroplane, seeing the white people, seeing people from Japan, Canada, America, reading my books, asking questions. And when they see me, they're like, are you the one that wrote this? Because I've been able to escape and I had time to reason, to think, to reflect about our physiognomy, anatomy, things about mechanics, engineering, law, psychology, literature. I've amassed so much knowledge. I've tried to see that the world is a small place. What is in any is in many. How many Kana Yonwankwas have they killed in Africa? How many people with my kind of mindset have they decimated? Wole Soyinka thought he wanted to kill him. He has to run out. It takes the world recognizing us before you Africans will recognize the blessing God gave to you. Recently, there's one writer, something I attended. A professor from European Union read just a poem from my book. And at the end, I see people crying, they're shedding tears. And at the end of it, they say, ladies and gentlemen, the poet is here. The writer is here. See the way, how many complimentary cards, as if, see people, see the way they mob me. Oh, sign this, sign this, sign this. Oh, they're happy to see this person one-on-one. But the same people that God bless with this knowledge, they want me dead. Create a conducive atmosphere for your youths. Your biggest gain is your brain. If you destroy this brain, you only continue with pain. Africa, rise up. Mama Africa, rise up. Nigeria, rise up. The man dies in awe who keeps silent in the face of tyranny. And listen, the greatest state of a man's life is to preserve his own. If you don't preserve your own, Nigerians, you are doomed. Fadoluoma has been clamoring. Ehusei has been talking. Fanika Ode has been speaking. Soludo has been speaking. Sanusi has been speaking. Shouting, shouting, shouting. People don't want to listen. People don't want to listen. People don't want to listen. Listen to the voice of reason. The voice of silence speaks, but those who only listen with the ears hears nothing. You are not seeing the endangerment. That country is in a mess. And if the generation is not controlled now, there will be no country to call your own. The youths are mentally awake. They can't take the pain again. You rob them everything. They feel they have nothing to lose again. The worst you can rob of a man is dignity. You rob them of their future, rob them of their love, rob them of their, self-encouragement, self-worth. But now, you make them feel hopeless and useless. So whatever you get now, you deserve it. Nigeria is the only country where I see policemen escorting hoodlums, escorting arsonists to go and bomb people's cars, to go and kill. Police is watching. And after the destruction, police escort them back. Tribalism, favoritism, nepotism, madness, barbarism. Are we mentally retarded? Who is your president in Nigeria? Who is your chief of army staff? Who is your chief of naval staff? Who are the people in charge of DSS, SSS, and all those, even your SARS? What is the mindset of these people that you give these powers to them? How do you elect psychopaths and sociopaths to lead you? People deprived of milk of human kindness, sense of reasoning. People that have killed and killed, they've lost sense of human worth. They don't value your blood again. A policeman will tell you, little provocation, I will shoot you and nothing will happen. And they kill and nothing happens. True. Look at the elites, the politicians, the military. They use the few security, they use them to surround themselves. There is a battle in Nigeria, and it's between the rich and the poor. It's between the wealthy and the old, who are the enemies of the country, and the poor and the young, who are the real victims of the country. So the victims are fighting back now at the enemies. The political class, the elites, are the real enemies. I'm speaking for the Fulani, I'm speaking for the Hausa, I'm speaking for the Yoruba, the Birom, the Igbo, Ishekiri, Efik, Ijo. I'm speaking for all the over 300 tribes in Nigeria. There's deprivation. There's stagnation, there's starvation, there's sickness, there's malnourishment, there's mental retardation in that country. It needs to be eliminated. It needs to be cleansed. Nigeria is a pollution, persecution of mental pollution. There needs to be cleansing. We need to start thinking again. We used to be the pride of Africa. Now we are no more. Rise up and wake up. Defend the honor of the land. Defend the dignity of humanity. No, defend the dignity of the black race. Enough for this corruption, barbarism, murder, arson, shedding of blood. Enhance our education. Create more research labs, scientific lab. People are willing to make discoveries. Nigerian youths are talented, are hardworking, they are not lazy. You're pushing them into criminality. You're pushing them into exile. You're killing us by installment. We are not happy. We are not happy. We are mad and sad, at the evil which you make our reward. Poor leadership, bad governance, the wrong people and the right place. Let the professors rule Nigeria. Get all the vice chancellors, let them rule. Let the scientists rule Nigeria. Remove this retarded, religious bigots. These nepotistic fools, barbaric fools in Barbariga, take them all away. Let the young stars from the universities, we have talented people with master's degree, PhDs, bring them from every corner of the earth. Let them come and develop the country. The last government in 8-10 years ago tried to do that. Look at UK here. They invite you. I said the Home Office here, they're asking me, even the Ministry of Internal here, Home Office, are you a scientist? Are you this? Are you a doctor? They want to know who I am. Are you a spy? Are you this? Are you that? Because what they see me write, what they read from me, are you the man that did this? What is your subject? What's your academic background? Where did you study? The white man wants to know what makes up the constitution of this mindset. Yet the people that own this mindset, they don't value it. I've seen various interviewers, they want to know what kind of books I've written. What did you study in school? How do you reason this way? Are you a psychologist? Are you a security expert? Are you an engineer? Are you a doctor? Are you a lawyer? Because God put so much in the mind of a black man. But the environment is not letting him excel. It's madness. The barbarism there is driving us mad. If it hurts, feeling that the rest of the world is benefiting from the gift of the black man's mindset, while the black man remains, the owner of this mindset, remains in squalor. It's terrible. When I see most of these things, when they call a Nigerian president, African diplomats, all those things, they think that they're happy, coming close to one. I see them as pests. I see them as nuisance. I see them as diseases. Because they are the real diseases afflicting the nation, afflicting the people. Little headache, you're running to Europe to treat it. Yet you are happy, you're building multi-million-pound mansion. There's no hospital there. There's no good road near you. The next door neighbor is living in the squalor. There's no electricity, there's no pipe-borne water. There's no food on the table. Yet you're happy to own fleet of cars. You're happy to fly your private jet. Have cars amassed in your place. What are you doing with them, black man? There is something with your mindset. God help me and make the millions of pounds. I will build the hospital first before building the mansions. I will build the research center before building the mansions. The people in my village will benefit. At least. Akuruno, Amaroye Pariano. Anyi bofu, we are one or none. Onyagala 1 year. Let none leave his brother. Be your brother's keeper. A lot has gone wrong with the mind of the black man. Look at our brothers we sold into slavery, the Caribbeans. They are now the ones excelling there. Ironically, the same people that sold these people into slavery are now begging them to come to their rescue. You know what the black men and women suffered in America, in Caribbean. They were sold as slaves. They were barbecued. They were roasted alive. They were drowned. Yet they survived. Black man in Nigeria, you can survive. You can survive this terrorism. You can survive this hardship.